expect everything that you're doing to be physique, to be something quality, or living in a complete unrealistic state of expectation where you think it's all going to be the same. That's what it takes to get there. That's what happens whenever you go for it. You live in the fucking real world. It's all out there. Anything can happen. We're constantly faced with things we don't expect. We constantly have things in our day-to-day experience where we don't know what's going to be there. So whenever people say to me they're going to do something and they have a plan and they know what it's going to take, how the fuck can you think a plan's going to be that destination? A plan, a fucking blueprint, whatever it is you want to call it, is just the fucking beginning. At the moment you take that action and you really fucking go towards what it is you decided, you're going to realize anything happens along that path. But that's not something that you back down from. That's what you embrace in this life. You're going to have to really commit to what you're doing and decide that, you know, whatever happens, whatever goes down, I know what I'm doing, I know where I'm going. It's not enough to think that it's the same effort day in and day out on what it is that you're doing. Whenever we work out in the gym, whenever we try to get the better physique, it's not that we do the same thing over and over again. It gets tougher, it gets more difficult, you learn new things and you say, I'm going to completely change this workout up. I'm not going to do what I did on the last workout. Today's going to be tougher. Then you push it. Now you're fucking pumped. Now you're walking out the gym and you're feeling a whole lot different. That's whenever you start to use challenges to your advantage. Most people let a challenge stop them in their tracks and they're not willing to continue with where they're going. That's a motherfucker that gets stuck and doesn't really get their true mission that they're going towards. If you get stuck and you stay stuck, then you're going to be one of the many that's lost an unexciting life, a life that's unfulfilled. That's a boring fucking life. Whenever I say about going for something, whenever we decide to do it, it's not going to be an effort that you can already say that I know that what it's going to be, or it's going to take this amount of effort. Oh, I've already worked out before, I know what it takes to do a workout. That's never going to be what it is. It's always going to be something different, something challenging. Whenever you do decide to go on a journey that's great, people that train for something, whenever we train for something that's very difficult, take the people out there that go for marathons, triathletes, really difficult activities, football players where you're bashing into big motherfuckers. You imagine that, you can say what it's going to take on a day. When you're playing and you say you know what's going to go down, you have no fucking idea what's going to go down. Nobody can say what something's going to be in the future. All that we can rely on is what we have done up until this point and what we're willing to go through to get to where we want to go. Whenever I say heart of a champion, whenever I say do whatever it takes, whenever I say don't be willing to let anything stop you, you can't think a little bit of difficulty on the way is going to be it. You have no fucking idea what's going to pop up in that path. The great amongst us, the great athletes that are out there, the great people that push themselves beyond previous limits, people that push themselves even past the difficulties. Whenever somebody says stop, you keep fucking going. Whenever you're that individual, whenever you do that, then you realize what life is really like. Most people live with an unrealistic expectation of how things are going to go, and then whenever they get faced with that first tiny fucking challenge, they're not able to go ahead. It's whenever those big fuckers hit you, big fucking bad motherfuckers, and you're still going, you're still advancing. Then you become the person that goes, where I'm going to decide this, and I do it, and then you get it done. And then people say, how the fuck did you do that? It's because you've already went through the challenges before. You already know how tough it's going to be, so you might as well get fucking started now.